I'm down for the revolution, so many of us say. We throw up our black fists and smile. We put on our war face. Those of us with weapons hold them up, itching to put our fingers on the trigger. It's really cathartic to know that at any time we're ready to get out in the streets and fight our enemies until we're free. Everyone loves the revolution until it shows up. When the revolution comes, take a good look at the faces around you. After 6 months, many of those people may be dead. Look at your apartment or home and imagine it as a smoldering pile of rubble. That cell phone or computer that you're watching this video on, in 6 months will have been long dead and no internet to connect to, even if you did have a full charge. When the revolution comes, count the amount of food you have in your pantry. 6 months from then, most of that food will have been gone months ago. While you sit there sipping your bottled water, reflect upon the fact that running water, except in streams and rivers, will have stopped flowing long before 6 months have passed. Know that clean water will be a luxury after tens of thousands have died from cholera and dysentery. You yourself may end up shitting bloody diarrhea for weeks from drinking bad water. Not a good way to go, I can promise you. When the revolution comes, grab every bottle of alcohol and peroxide you can find. I can assure you that more people will die over the next year after the start of the revolution from infected cuts, wounds, and injuries than from bullets. Speaking of bullets, I hope you either have a stockpile of hundreds of thousands of rounds or access to a reloading press and smokeless powder. Otherwise, once you run out, you're back to edged weapons and a silent step to put in work. When the revolution comes, food will be worth the lives of people you love. Water will be worth dying over. And safety, when it's available, will come in numbers. So how many of your neighbors do you know? What skills and abilities do they have? Trust me, your fantasy of leading an army of our people into glorious battle will vanish when the first shots are fired. Don't believe me? Just ask anyone who was in Dallas the night Micah X was alleged to have started shooting. Those same people, fired up with revolutionary spirit, ran and hid anywhere they could to avoid being shot when the bullets started tumbling down range. This is the reality of revolution, family. Some of us will be fighting and dying, and the rest will be hiding and hopefully back in the fighter's play. You think that coons are a big thing now? Wait until someone can sell your life for a 25-pound bag of pinto beans, a pint of vodka, and some quickly expiring antibiotics. Then you'll see who's really on the team or not. Allow me to share with you my vision of the future revolution. The best part about this vision is that it can start today. The first thing to do is to get out of your damned house and go knock on your neighbor's door. Say hello and introduce yourself. Tell them that you've been thinking that you need to commit to having their back and ask them to commit to the same. Get to know each other's families, friends, and loved ones. Chip in to a common pool of funds that you can use to purchase the basic necessities and keep it all in a common storehouse. Share everything. Share every fucking thing. Take one night per month to shut off the power, turn off the phones, shut off the water, and train on what to do. Expand that to once per week after a few months. See if you can make living without all of this stuff an everyday thing. Get one weapon, no matter what it is, and learn to use it, not to kill people, but to acquire food. Grow something to eat. Grow every and anything you can. Learn to store it without electricity or cold. Practice being cold when it's cold and hot when it's hot. The list goes on and on. Become mentally tough and as physically tough as you are able. You'll need it. Make no mistake, family, the revolution will come. Everything that begins, ends, including Fortress America. It's our job to ensure that when it does, it's just another day in the life of those who prepared. Until the next time, love, peace, prosperity, and real power to my people.